Okay, I'm here. Doing some jidencha shuli. Fixing bicycle. Anyways, right, so when I was at the auction house last, they had this, there's a sidetrack already. There's a viewer that'd be great for Shulimas repair. There's a shamisen in that case over there. These awesome Buddhist drums. They're good for festivals and all that sort of bizzo. There's a Hote right there. I was hoping he was bronze, but no. He's awesome. Got some high-end shells and layer. This unit here, that's actually a stand for the biwa, but one of the legs is off. So I'm thinking of taking all the legs off. Oh, that drum. Awesomeness of awesome. Wonderful condition too. I was mentioning earlier when I had a bit of a look at a shrine. About the drums I have. Oh, look at that. We have a visitor. Hi. That's a what do you call it? Praying mantis. Very cool. Right, so there's those drums. Yeah, I told you I've got a couple of them about that size. They need a bit of repair, or they can just use them the way they are. But if someone wanted to repair them up, there's another beautiful banger in there. Wow. That one's in great condition, so that's that. Now, this thing here. Ta-da! Wow. Now, over the course of it, I've only really had, say, 2 of these, I guess, of this size. Just go and get a rag. I'll sort that dealy wheelie out in a second, get some photos and things. We'll do that. Key eye on that one. Didn't bring along my notebook. I'll just jot down some stuff on that. Sold that over the night, so I'm gonna show me since I'm gonna sort that out on the morrow. This unit here, yeah. When I help the guys out to like sometimes it's a real hard day, bad weather, or there's heavy stuff at the auction house and stuff, and I see it as exercise for me, so I get in there and hook in for these chaps. And while I'm doing that, it's wonderfully advantageous because sometimes they give me free stuff, you know, and sometimes like well, all the time I get to inspect stuff. Like the Richie Witches are usually over there near sitting down, or over there near where everything's coming by, and the auctioneers here and they're all around, and they have a off case they don't get to have much of a glance. Sometimes they have their underlings with them, and they'll sort of go through stuff like I am. But off case, if they see something they think, oh, it's got a bit of a flaw, or it's called kizu or something like that, there's a bit of a problem with it, they'll sort of pass it by. But in this case, there was a couple of these bridges went there. So I know that these to be 13 strings. So I noticed there was a couple of there. I'd noticed one bridge. Turns out there was 2 bridges that weren't there. All the bridges are on here now. And so I noticed that, but I also noticed there was a bag with it just sitting there, and I had the time to go into the bag, and well, I didn't have much time, so I was like, whoa, I just sort of felt in the bag, and I could feel the bridges in the bag. Well, I could feel at least one bridge. I thought there was only one, and some other gear, like these dealy wheelies all in here. These are for your fingies and all that sort of stuff, and these dealy wheelies, and there's some tuning majiggy here, and this dealy wheelie here. These dealies, that there, you take off, is it that one? Or that one? Yeah, you take off that one, and you've got, you can tighten the strings and all that stuff. I've actually got a full-length koto in the other warehouse. Just so expensive to send and all that. Anyways, and so I was like, whoa, I was the only one that knew that it had all the bridges, because someone said something about, oh, it doesn't have the bridges when they were selling it, and I'm thinking, whoa, I've got a chance to get this. And still a few wanted it, but so I had to bid for it, and I was like, oh, but really, I've only had, of this size, 3, I would say. This is the 3rd one over all these years. And had a buddy here, was here just the other day, and we had this located up like this, and I was showing him. I was like, oh, does this have like a maker name or something? We're having a look in here. It's a little Japanese, and we heard a noise inside. I'm like, oh, I think there's something in here. Look at this case, isn't it awesome? And yeah, that's where your tuning majiggies are. I'll use that dealie. It's a wonderful condition. And I could feel this string, and lo and behold, this dealie was actually inside this koto. And so in here is a full set also, just like that, with full the, I haven't counted them all out, but it feels like full set of bridges and all these kind of dealies in it too. So there you go. So it's like it wasn't down 2, it was up. It was up plenty. Yeah, let's just play something, because I'm an expert at playing these things, obviously. I actually went to, Exie took me years ago to this orchestra in Kumamoto, and there was like, I don't know how many, there was loads of these ladies these elderly ladies in all dressed up in their kimonos and stuff, and a whole bunch of these laying down, and in unison they were playing them, and I swear, I turned to her, I said, that's the most amazing thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Just the entire orchestra room was, it was a wow moment. Alright, so, I'll put that over there, I guess, and what do we got here? Do the pew technique. Obviously, I'm an expert at tuning them too. We could get the other dealie. There we go. Put that one on there too. So it's just like those videos you see when people pretend that they can't play and then they play like a genius. That's what you just heard. Anyways, I also found, just zip this for a second. Yeah! Like that. Now, it was a rainy, muddy day and everything, so when they were moving all this stuff, and we have like, that's my position, that's this position, blah blah blah, the things you buy. Bloke, one of the young guys, plonked this thing down, and it was a bit sort of muddy there, so I've got a little bit on it now. I think, I'm certain, I gave it a bit of a dust off, but I didn't sort of want to rub it in, so I figure you can, it's a little bit here, see. So if you just sort of take the koto out and then get a bit of soap and water and just give that a little bit of scrub, that'll clean up real nicely. I didn't get snotty with him or anything, I was just cool. I'm a come what may kind of guy, you know, just sort of go, alright, you know. I said, oh, I'll move my stuff over there because it's a bit muddy here. Kokoni here, a little bit kitanai desu ne, it's a little bit dirty, so Betsubashi Tenshimashita, a little bit spot change in the position. He goes, oh, okay, so I moved over there. So that's all I said. How's that for Pera Nihongo? Anyways, here we have some groovy, like a whole load of them. All kinds of hooks for that dealy wheelie, and that'll if you get through a few of these books, you'll be on your way to being nearly as good as me. Anyway, alright, we'll get those back in a second. Alright, now, weights and measures. We don't have cell economy air anymore. I think what I'll do is I'll put some of those things back inside the dealie. So you get, the whole kit. Don't worry, I'll put those in. And it's just that due to delicacy, I don't wish to send it via sea freight. And it's if I was to send through the air freighter, they go by size, and some do size, some do measure, some do size and measure, blah 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 blah. And I'm looking at it, we don't have cell economy air anymore, so it's going to be pretty expensive to send. I have to go via the EMS dealie with the tentative extra charge. So it's not the Japanese post fault. And then you got to add on all this bull dust, so it gets expensive. And then, then these eBay mob, and these other mobsters, these other mob, they take a cut from the shipping costings, yeah. So it just makes it so, yeah. But anyways, but it's a wonderful piece, right? It's just beautiful. So that's going to have to go via air freight. So, I guess the plus side is you get it pretty quickly. If you are considering buying my stuff, I do plan on going on a mission this year. So I'm going to, at some stage, I'm going to have to go, right, boom, just do the, put the stores on holiday mode. Something like that, right? It won't be a holiday, it's a mission, but so, if you're humming and hawing thinking he's going to lower his prices, you see a lot of people on my watch lists and stuff, and that's a negative. If you want something, I'd get onto it if I were you. This biwa here is going to be awesome, something to repair. So I'll get here tomorrow and see if I can sort that out. That Yazutsu has got some pretty decent arrows. Not as good as mine, they are aluminum, but I think there might be 5 or 6 of them in there actually. But the same type. But it's pretty awesome, that Yazutsu's, it's brand new really, isn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, it's got quite a few, I'll sell it at a decent price. These here, are also awesome biwa bachi right there. I thought one of them had some cracking in it. Here, see, I thought that was actual cracking, but it's not. It was just a bit of something on it, and I just went like that, and I flicked it off, and oh, it's not even cracked. So that's pretty. Here, see, I just rubbed that off, and I was like, hey, that's just some stuff from like a drink or something. See, it's not correct. So, two of us just went boom at this one, and with all this stuff, and I think this was the final decision to sort of he dropped out, and I was like, oh, thankfully he dropped out at that auction house, because he thought that this was cracked, and when we got a decent look at it. Look at this, it's just a bit of, it's like a bit of, something was spilt. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It was like a little bit of something was spilt. And then, on it. Alright, so, now, so we've got some butchies themselves are really expensive, so. Alright, main issue with this biwa is one of these pegs. Oh, that's a Gogen, by the way. 5-string biwa. One of these pegs. This here, when I was putting it in my rig, I was like, oh man, that thing there was all rotted away, and it sort of just fell off. And so I'll have to check the others. I think they're kind of alright, but I guess if you can just, anyone that's worth their salt at fixing stuff could do this. You just machine this a little bit, or by hand, as that's what they did. Just by hand and give that a bit more length, and then another hole, and you're good to go. Anyways, someone out there wants a real deal antique Golgan biwa, and a bloke was reading about this. The kanji's on here. Oh, I should have asked my mate about this. What it says on this type. Oh, I think, is this Chikuzen biwa? Like, it's really big, right? Here it's got some script in here. One of the old blokes was saying, you know, this thing's about 150 years old. Rad. See, I think they might be alright, these other pegs, so you can just sort of reckon you'll figure it out. Someone out there wants this hugely. Yeah. Alright, so we go like that. So these are that's highly coveted stuff right there. Golgan, meaning five string biwa. They're not cheap, mate. At some stage would have had a support piece under there. The dudes that are into biwa know. I had to pay a lot for that, so they know that's that good. Alright, I'll have, you can get another glance at this stuff. I'll just sort this out right now. Get another glance at this stuff on the morrow. Righto, so I went through this bag of goodies here, and I counted 14 of those dealy wheelies. So I think that this one here, because they're slightly different colours, so there's 13, full set of 13 there, and then there's a full set there, and this one here, I think they use that for tuning or something like that. Oh, I don't know. I'm just too stupid for this sort of thing. But anyways, there you go. There's that one. So full rack, full set. Yeah, what I wanted to do, my camera reached its limits of time. Oh, you go on there, single-handedly. Hang on a second. Right. You go there. You go there. 10 seconds to comply. Okay. Now, what I wanted to do was measure. Get the measuring stick out, and give this a bit of a hoy majiggy. Now, well, that's about there. That's about yay. So it's about 86. Yeah, roughly about. That's about right. Oh, about 86 centimeters. 86 centimeters long. So there you go. Right. Let's get some pictures with that majiggy over there. And how's the Thor hammer? Awesome. So I'll come here tomorrow and sort of start processing some of this stuff. I plan to have this stuff processed over the course of the next, say, 5 days, and then I can start looking at getting serious about the impending mission. Gonna have to get this chap down to the. I have to get him cleaned up first of all, and get him down to the shrine or a temple. Radalicious that is. Okay, so yeah, this is a precision instrument, this thing. Look at this. This is where you use those spanners. There's a couple of them There's your tuning. You got this tuning whistly majiggy in there. I presume they use that one for tuning thingy. Oh, because I'm an expert, obviously. Right, I'll pop that thing back on there, get this sorted out, shove them into, place them inside, so you get your books and everything, and then I'll take all these off, and lay them down. I think there was some pictures in maybe the books or something that showed you arrangements for placement for these thingies, the bridges. But yeah, what a wonderful. Beautiful, huh? Beautiful grain. Nice. Right, just an additive here. While I'm putting all these things. There's some new strings right there. I always thought they just did that for design, you know, like they stuck a few here. But anyways, they're new there, and I'm pretty sure that the lady I get, she's like 9,000 years old and she's fitter than I am. They repair chamois and they do all this kind of stuff, and so sure I get the Biwa strings if I need brand new Golgan Biwa strings. I'll walk, I swear she lives 5 minutes away from me. And I've been dealing with them for years, and I used to go a long way to go and see them until one day she said, "Where do you live?" We lived in so close. It was amazing. So yeah, she would have strings and stuff, all that sort of thing. So yeah, I can get stuff for traditional thingamajiggies. You get new butchie with real deal, all kinds of stuff, but it ain't cheap. Yeah, those butchies are not cheap at all. Alright, now, okay, so I'll continue, put that stuff in there, get that sorted out, and then hit the road, and yeah, get back out there on the road on that unit.